Okay, this is the third strike, and I'm going to be doing a non-Shuriken run of Shadow Dancer for the Sega Genesis. I did this run the other night and made it all the way through the game before I realized my capture card wasn't running. So go into options, select non-Shuriken, just leave the difficulty level at level 1. The game does get rather hard at level 3. But non-Shuriken doesn't seem to affect that much. I guess once you're used to playing like that. I was always a big fan of Ninja Gaiden on the NES, so I guess it just felt more natural to cut my enemies down rather than throw stars at them. You'll also notice, because I'm used to that play style, I also really don't use ninja magic. I probably won't use any kind of ninja magic until level 5 and maybe the boss, the final boss of the game. First thing you'll notice is you get 50,000 points every level. You get that normally if you never throw a star, but this kind of forces the issue. Quite a while since I played this game, so it's just because of a post on Reddit that I saw where someone mentioned that this game was rather difficult, and I decided to revisit the game and play it, see if it was what I remembered. I played this game a lot when I first got my Genesis, because it was one of the first 3 games I had. And it's Shinobi. It's fucking cool. Now there's a trick I'm going to be doing for the bonus stage. If you get yourself one forearm guard away from the left wall and throw at a constant tempo to keep as many stars on the screen as possible, you can pretty much guarantee that you'll always get 3 up. And that works on every bonus stage. And I was, you know, what, 13 years old and decided to be lazy and kind of figured that out by accident. It was a good thing to figure out when you play in non-Shuriken mode. One of the things I think also that drove me to non-Shuriken mode was ninjas in this game. It's kind of hit or miss with Shuriken if you'll actually do damage to a ninja when you throw them. But, you know, with swords and punches and kicks, you always land them every time. It's a guaranteed hit. So there's no curiosity, there's no am I gonna hit this guy, he's gonna die. And I think as a ninja it's pretty important to know that that you're gonna kill the guy you're trying to kill. Poor puppy has to die for that 2-up, but it's so worth it. And 50,000 points. It's also... the scores you can get with non-Shuriken mode are just ridiculous. Ninjas, just not a problem. So, if this is a decent run, like my last one was, it should take about 30 minutes to finish this one off. And I'm not going to try and go for anything special, like a no-death run or anything like that, so I'm not going to be restarting or anything. This is going to be a single run. I got pretty frustrated the other night when I was playing this, because I just didn't remember the game being as hard as it was. And I, you know, kind of just forgotten enemy locations, and with these old school games, that's pretty key. But I'm doing pretty good in this one, so let's see if I can pull off another 3-up. The tempo you throw the stars on this is very important. You can't just hammer the button. I was going a little too fast there. You could see the gap between every third star, so I'm surprised I actually got that one. As you saw, some of them got pretty high up before I nailed them. So this is the first level where things actually really start to get difficult. Not this part of the level particularly, but the next part where you're on the elevator to the top of the Statue of Liberty, it's nothing but ninjas and helicopters, and the frustration, I think, you know, of this part was one of the reasons that I swapped out and just said I'm doing this with guaranteed hits. How cool would it be to have a dog you just lightning fast? I mean, the dog's got to be a ninja too. I mean, I'm gonna lure this guy off. Maybe not. I'll bounce him off then. There's a 1-up or something over there. This game, it's hard to tell sometimes. There's no difference in the icon between like a 1-up and a 2-up. Bounce. That one's a 2-up. I love that you don't just die for bumping into an enemy. It's like, you know, running into a guy on a hallway or something. It's like, oh, sorry. I'll kill you in a second. And they take your power-up away in the level change. That really makes this tough. Because it takes 2 sword hits to kill a colored ninja. later there'll be black ninjas that take 3 hits. And you never know what kind of ninja they are, which makes it even harder. Yellow ninjas run at you, blue ninjas kind of creep up on you, and the worst ones are the red ninjas because they flip on you. I think the yellow ones do the jump slash attack too sometimes, but for the most part they're just balls out running at you. This part in particular, yep, I saw that one coming. You can jump kick them sometimes, but you've really gotta have like an overhead advantage to get the red ones. It's best, yeah, for the red ones, it's best just to walk directly at them because they always, well, they jump for your current position, so you just can't be where you were. It's simple as that. I guess it sounds kind of stupid to say it out loud, but I just didn't give myself enough room to move. That was sloppy, but I'm not gonna complain. There's a 1-up off to the side somewhere around here. I don't remember where they all are. It shouldn't matter. I mean, I've got like 14 guys or something. Huh. Now this is the smallest target you have to hit on a boss in the game. Is this, I guess it's a girl's, yeah, it's a girl, boobs and all, her head. And you can actually hit her while she's jumping, but the timing is ridiculous on that. Every time she ducks or lands or anything, you've got a chance. What the heck? Pixel perfect hit detection, my ass. So I hate that they make you use stars, because I just run up and cut her. It's like slash, 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 done. But I guess some bosses would just be impossible. Alright. You see my gap. Wow, I missed 2. I only get 1 up, I think. Yep. Well, you get the idea. You saw me do it twice. You'll probably see me do it one more time, but... And the second part of this level is not my friend. I'd rather play the 5th level than play the second part of this level. And the 5th level is a series of rooms, like I think 5 rooms in total. definitely not a deathless run. But you will see the end of this game. And the levels are so short that usually dying doesn't really add too much time to, you know, the overall task at hand here. I don't know why that guy's not throwing his shield. I'm just going for it next time. I shouldn't be dying here. I didn't have any problems with this the other night. Why? It's because I was talking shit. That's why. I've never played the game mic'd before. It's hearing what I'm saying and kicking my ass because of it. Ah. I might just use magic there and say to hell with it. I don't want to be stuck on this session all night. Yeah, that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna take the easy way out. Feel like a pussy because of it. Actually, he's gone, so. This part is just weird to me because enemies just fall into pits and die. That's fun. Ah. And I got my 10,000 points for not using magic. I did lose like 4 guys though. I mean, what the hell's up with that? Okay. Why aren't these guys throwing shields? There's a 1-up in here somewhere. I always forget where it is though. I think I said that a lot. It's not over there. That is the best place for a power-up ever. Is this the fire wheel boss? Yeah, that's the only one left, I think. I always thought the ground on this level looked like crap. Like, this was like a placeholder background and someone forgot to do it. It just doesn't look good compared to the rest of the game. Blocky and just bad. It's like someone digitized it with like a really shitty digitizer. I'm using a PlayStation 4 controller, and I've got a different tactic for this boss that I use with the Sega Genesis controller. And even I had these Microsoft Sidewinder 6-button gamepads that were very similar to the 6-button Genesis controllers. The D-pads on those were great, and I could jump and quickly turn around in midair and throw a star behind me, but as many times as I've tried to do that with the DS4, I just can't seem to make that shot, so that fight takes forever. But normally I would just jump and quickly throw back. Can't seem to get the timing right on it. Alright, last chance to get 3 up. Not gonna do it. I always get a little panicky when they get close and I try to throw that extra star and it just doesn't work. You've gotta really have that timing down. But I'll take the 1-up. That trick, despite what I've shown here, does work on every level. I've definitely had runs of this game where I've gotten 3 up every time. So here's the last level. Each room has like a theme enemy. It kind of makes you realize just how few enemies types there are in the game. I think maybe it's the last room, there's a 1-up over the gem on the door. That last one's a bastard. Usually all 3 of them fall at the same time, but every once in a while the timing is just off. Maybe you don't move a pixel far enough or something. Usually you can slash them on their way down. I don't mind. 15 guys. Patience is a virtue, I suppose. Oh, forgot about that guy. Okay, now we're getting to ninjas, and this is where I'm gonna die. I didn't mean to bounce that guy out of the air, I actually wanted him to land. I wasn't supposed to shoulder bump that red ninja. Usually, even if you get close, they're already in their super spin of death, so... That was a good run. Okay, black ninjas suck. I will be using magic when I get close to the door, because they can do everything and they just take hit after hit. I don't know if I'm close enough to the door that I actually wanted to do that. No, I'm not. So, got it. Okay. Now, the best tactic with these guys is just push them off the screen. If you can hit them when they're off the screen, they don't come back. So it's really the only way to kill these guys in 2 hits. Is this guy a roller? I don't remember. Yeah. Those guys suck. Because they force you to have Shuriken. You can't just slash them off the ground. The timing is just wrong. A little too soon. If you jump just when the fire goes off, you can usually get 2 hits on the boss each time, so you only have to survive 3 rounds of Black Ninjas, and that's really the way to do it, because by the 3rd round they're throwing so many at you that you'll see I'll have to use magic. I mean, as final bosses go, this guy's... he's an obscene phone call. He just sits there and heavy breathes. Wow, wow, I'm surprised I got that guy. Like I said, hard to get them rollers. Usually it's just easier to jump over them. But this is just wash, rinse, repeat here. That was... I think the first one was a roller, I don't remember in this one. Ooh, I didn't think I got that guy far enough off screen. Okay. Remember to use magic, because sometimes I'm so magic averse that I try to fight my way out of insane battles, and it's just not worth it. So I think he does 2 quick summons in a row here, or maybe? Yeah. I'm gonna fight my way out. Ha! No magic. And that's it. 1,000,000 points. So there you have it. Shadow Dancer. Not sure what the time is. It's about 29 minutes. I think the video will be 30 minutes total, so that wasn't too bad. I think maybe the fastest time I've ever done it is like 25, but I never really keep track. This is my first YouTube gameplay video, so I'm not into speed running or anything like that. Although I do love to watch awesome games done quick. I think that's a really good fundraiser, and there's some really awesome guys that do the runs on that. So if you ever want to check them out, or if you haven't heard of them, just do a few AGDQ searches on YouTube. Some pretty impressive runs. I don't know how those guys do the shit they do. But with Shadow Dancer, each time you beat it, it increases the difficulty, and it reflects on the title screen. I'll let it get all the way through. So it'll say to be continued at the end down here, and then it'll be the Shadow Dancer 2, and it'll be harder. And when you beat 2, it does it again, and it's harder. When you beat 3, it says the end. It's not a great reward. Maybe sometime, if I'm feeling froggy, I'll do a level 3 Shurikenless run. But it's not that much different. Some of the, if I remember right, some of the enemy placement's a little different. But if you can do a Shurikenless run on level 1, you can do a Shurikenless run on level 3. So, that's it. To be continued. And if you've watched it this long or far, yeah, you'll notice that's blue, and I think the title screen turns purple. Just a little emulator info. I use the latest version of Kega Fusion because Steve Snake is a wizard. I've been using his emulators for like a decade. But I use Fusion 3.64, and I use, well, I'm going to pause it here and check out my video settings. I use TV mode CVBS because the colors are great and it does a fast blur. That's what it used to be called in gens. It does like a 50% pixel opacity shift to the left, which correctly emulates a little trick with CRTs that the Genesis did to make it look like it had a higher color palette. You know, Genesis can only use 64 colors on screen at one time. It can also emulate transparencies. So Streets of Rage 2, the lights in the bar just look like checkerboards if you don't use this mode. But if you do use TV mode, it looks like a transparent light, like it looks on a CRT. Unfortunately, it makes it look a little blurry. So I throw 25% Scanlines on, which gives harder edges. It takes some of the blur out. Then I use Brighten and Filtered, because the Scanlines can darken the screen. But that's what I use, and now I'm using DS4 because well, Windows 7 doesn't support the game port, and I had like 10 of those Microsoft Sidewinder joysticks, and you could chain them up to 4, one off of the other, and they were just perfect for emulation. 6 buttons on the front and 2 triggers. So for Super Nintendo and Genesis, it was great. So anyway, enough babbling. That's the game. Hope you enjoyed.